welcome. This is Ruth, and today I've got kit number 75 from Tonic Studios. I'm going to show you through all of that and then show you how to make the little box inside. This one is called the Apothecary Box. So this is the box that the kit comes in, and we'll just open it up and have a look at what's all inside here. As always, I've got an A4 pack of paper, and so there's a folder with all the lovely card and paper inside there, and I'll show you through that very quickly in a minute or two. Then I've got the binder. You get that every 3 months, and that holds 3 of these little folders, and your dies and stamps will always come in this little folder each month. So there's the dies and the stamps, and then you'll get a little sticker that you can put on the front, and then you'll know what's inside this one. So I'll go ahead and just pop that on there. You probably noticed there, mine has the dies and the stamps, but it doesn't have any instructions. But as far as I'm aware, when it's a 3D kit, you will get instructions inside yours, and I'll show you how to do that. Anyhow, you don't really need to worry about that because I'm going to show you how to use it anyway. Then there's this little folder inside that tells you what should be in there, a little welcome folder. Scan the QR code and that will give you some ideas as to what you're going to find. Some examples of different things that can be made with it. So I'm going to have a little look through this first of all, and I noticed that it's lovely, lovely colours. We've got 2 of these Pear View sort of dusky navy colours. We've got 2 misty greys, 1 maroon red, and those are all classic cards. Those are 216 GSM classic card with this kind of texture weave off them. Then we've got Flanders blue card there, and that's a speciality card, and hopefully you can see that gorgeous texture in that. It's really, really beautiful little self pattern in there. Then we have red velvet pearlescent card, opera red mirror card, high gloss, that's really, really shiny. I'm going to cover that up right away. And then we've got blue obsidian, and that is satin mirror card, and frosted silver mirror card, and those are really, really beautiful together. It's really handy just to keep them inside that little folder while you're working at them, and I usually pack all my scraps inside there too, and it keeps everything handy while I work away. But most of those cards are generally available on the site as well if you want to restock or fill up on some of them as well. Then we've got the lovely little die set here. There we are. I'll just pop that onto the back here. So we've got all the different pieces, and I'll just show you it on here as to what this can be used to make. So you've got the little drawer fronts and the little handles and whatever there, and all these lovely little pieces fit inside that. And obviously you're going to be able to use lots of these again for other things. That's a gorgeous little set of panels there, as is this little piece that can be used with these as well. So no doubt you'll get extra use out of those too. But anyhow, this is what it's supposed to make, and I think that I will probably be adding some 300 GSM smooth white card from Tonic, that's this one, into this, and possibly even making the outside with that. I'm not too sure, but I would say I'll make the structure with the white card and add these beautiful colours from the folder right inside there, over the top or inside, whichever way. There's a lovely little stamp set as well, and I had to take it out of the packet so you can see it, but that fits inside some of these square panels, can be used as decoration in there, and it's really, really lovely. Little swirly effects on it. This, as I said before, we've got for keeping 3 kits in, and then we'll have a little look inside here. So we've got some beautiful embellishment mousse. That's gorgeous with that paper and card there. This one is called Antique Red. I'm just going to have a little look here because I noticed earlier when I opened this first of all, there's a little either or, and I think it sort of applies to the drops. So we've got these are vintage drops here, so these are really, really beautiful. They're in a different type of container, a different shape of container to the crystal drops, so they're quite easily differentiated. This one is Earl Grey, and that's a beautiful matte finish. The other one that you may get instead of this one is called Worn Blue, and unfortunately I don't have that one to show you, but I'll be using this one anyhow, and those are really, really lovely. Then we have a beautiful aqua shimmer pen, and this one is Sunlit Sienna. So you'll remove this little cap and squeeze the barrel, and some beautiful sunlit sienna sparkly finish will come off, and you can paint that onto lots of different areas of your project. Then this beautiful little, what I would call a snail of glue runner, and that's mini 5mm by 6m dotted blue tape, adhesive tape runner. There you are. Then we have a 6x6 paper pad. It's actually a card pack, and it's called the Essentials Elements Mirror Card Collection. So you've got ruby red, Inca gold, glossy black, and hollow waves. That's actually a really, really good combination of different shades in there. Let's show you. Oh, look at that. Yeah. And then the beautiful black gloss and the red mirror card. And there you have it. So I am going to do some die cutting, and I'll be right back, and we'll just get ready to roll. Before I dive right into all of that, I just want to remind you that I'd really love you to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Then you won't miss any of the videos as they come up. As often as possible, I try to get back with extra details or what, but I do have a playlist of all the kits that I've done so far, and loads and loads of things coming up, and you won't miss them if you hit the notification bell. If you do like it, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up at the end and leave me a little comment, because that always helps my channel along as well, and I do really appreciate that. My affiliate links to everything I use will be down below in the description as well, so thank you very, very much for that. I'm sure you noticed from the packaging there that this is a kind of modular little unit, so you can make up a bigger drawer, you can make up smaller drawers, and you can house them all together like this, or you can just have them singly like this one, flat onto the work surface or whatever, or you can put little feet onto it. So I'm going to show you first of all how to make the bigger drawer, and then I'll show you through some of the other ways of putting this together. But you can make up as many different little drawers as you want and add them together in whatever configuration you like. So first of all, you'll need 2 of this cut, and as I said earlier, I've taken some 300 GSM white card because I just think that's really, really sturdy for the construction of this, and then I'm going to decorate it with the beautiful card that's in the kit. I reckon you could probably make it from some of that card, but I think this would be sturdier. So I've got those 2, and that's going to make the outer casing, and then these 4 along with this one will actually make the little drawer to go inside, and then we can have a little handle as well, so I'll show you that in a second or two. First of all, we'll go ahead with this one. So as I said, 2 of these, and just very, very carefully burnish back the fold lines there and the little glue tabs. And really and truthfully, this could not be any simpler. Every part of this is really simple. It's just the decoration that makes it so pretty at the end. And you could do this in all sorts of colours. So don't forget, if you have used up all the card in your kit, or even if you don't want to use those colours at all in the first place, that would be so gorgeous done in pinks and peaches and pretty colours like that, or with patterned paper on it. You could do that in sort of more masculine colours as well, and you can change this up no matter what way you fancy it yourself. So it'd be so easy, but it would suit so many different occasions. Now I'm making this in early November, and I was going to suggest that this would be lovely for a little advent calendar, so you've got as many of those as you like, maybe quite a few of the smaller ones, and then 1 or 2 of the bigger ones for towards the end of the month. I'm not going to make that right now because I know that this kit will be just a little bit late for arriving for you to do that. I reckon if I've got it right, this one will be sent out at the beginning of December, and of course you'll be already well into your advent calendars by then, so it's just a little bit late for that. But next year, bear that in mind, because it's really, really easy. So there's the little sleeve or whatever that you pop the little drawer into, and then 4 of these together will make the little drawer. So again, just go ahead and burnish all these little fold lines, and then we'll glue these together and add that little base in. And this one then forms the base. I'm going to glue all all of these together first of all, and then we'll add the little base in when the glue has grabbed on these ones. Now we're going to make the smaller drawer, and you'll need 2 of these, 3 of these, 1 hinge, and 2 of the smaller 3 of the smaller square. Now that is a 28mm square, so you'll be able to find 2 squares inside your kit there, and one of them has the cutting line in the center of the die. That's the bigger one, and the one we're looking for is the one with the cutting line right out at the edge, and you'll cut 3 of those. And now we're going to make the sleeve again first of all to put the drawer into, so I'll just set those ones aside for the moment, and we'll take the 2 that we cut with this and just glue them together in the same way as we did for the square one. And then for the drawer, you'll need 2 hinges. I think I said 1 there. I actually had the 2 cut out and forgot to put it in, but we'll need to attach these 2 pieces. Oops, there's a delivery. I'll be right back. Well, that was something else that I'm going to be making that I'll be showing you soon. I love it when a delivery man comes. Not the delivery man, but the stuff that he brings. Anyhow, right back to this. So this die, this hinge, sorry. See, that's got me all excited now, and I want to see what's in the next package. This hinge gets glued right on there. See, right up to the edge. So you'll put that right up so that it's totally level there. And then use the other side of the hinge to connect the other side panel. That's this one. So we'll just pop that on there. And you can see how that's going to build up a little drawer. Now we can add the other one on the other side and put this one on. Now I can add these little panels on, and I noticed in the instructions it says to cut 3, and you will only need 2 at this stage, so we'll come back later if I find where that one goes, but I think it's probably going to be used to add the little handle onto the front of this one. But for the moment anyway, we definitely only need the 2, because we're going to put one on the front of the drawer and one on the back. Now I'm going to show you how to make a small drawer inside the central panel. So you'll need to cut 3 of these out and then burnish the score lines on all 3 of them, and then on 2 we're going to cut a small aperture. So that's actually made with the bigger die in the set. So that's the one with the bigger square die that we were looking at there. It's the one with the cutting line in the center, and the one that we used before was slightly smaller than that. So that one's the one with the line in the center. Now take 2 of your panels, and the piece that's adjacent to the glue tab on both of them, then you can cut that in the center of it. And the way to get that just in the right place, then you can take this die, which is going to be one of the decorative panels, and set it on there and just centralize that between this fold line and this fold line, and obviously in between the 2 sides there. And don't tape it down or anything, just pop the other die into the center, and when you centralize that one, you can lift this one off, tape this one down and die cut that and do that for the two of those. Then you'll need 2 of these and 8 of these small hinges. So burnish all the score lines on these ones, the middle one and the end one at the glue tabs, and then we'll attach the 8 of those onto these. I'm just going to show you how I use all my scraps up. I keep an old kit box here, and every time I cut something that leaves a piece of scrap white card in there that I can't fit something else onto, I just put it into this box, and then whenever I come back with a small die, I lift out whichever piece suits that, you know, something like this for the hinge or whatever, and then that way I'm not cutting into a full A4 sheet unless I really have to. That's just a little tip to help you not to waste your card. Anyhow, that was by the by. I hope it does help anyhow. The 8 of these then you will fold over, and you can see there that I've gone ahead and glued them onto the side panels there on both of these little dies. And then now I can go ahead and glue these together by the long glue tabs. So that one on there, when that is dried, then I'll fold this over and we'll make this shape with it. Now we need to attach these 3 pieces together, so you'll just put the glue tab of that one on there, this one with the glue tab facing down at the bottom, and that glue tab over there. So both of these are facing in towards the central panel there. Now we need to attach the long hinges onto these sides, so I've just laid them out where they're going to go on. So this one will get glued on here, here and here will all have hinges on, and then here, and then one down here. Right, this is one of these pieces that I thought, will I edit this out and start again? But no, I'm actually just going to show you that I made a mistake and I can fix it. I was going to just glue all of this together and then, this way, and you can see that I already had this glued onto here, and that would have meant that all of these little pieces would have been visible inside that little tray or that little drawer, and I don't want that at all. So I have split this open, and I am just going to fold them all back this way and glue that right on top of here again, and that way whenever you look inside all of that, it will be nice and clear and there won't be any glue tabs showing in there. So the good side is actually going to the inside. That's not the normal way to do that, but I should have known that actually from the little advent town last year. That's how I did that, but I was sort of preoccupied there for a moment or two and just stormed on ahead. But there you are. There we are now, and we're all good to go. You won't see this area. There's a little bit of roughness there where I opened that up, but you won't see that because that bit will be on the inside. Just going to burnish that down, and then we're good to go. Now I have folded these glue tabs back the way so that they're just sitting out like that. I'm going to put glue on there and then attach that directly over that aperture, and I'll take it off camera to do that because I don't want to stick my head in there, but it's quite easy to do. It lines up perfectly. I've got glue on all of these panels here, all these little glue tabs, but I noticed that there's one missing from the instructions. I'm going to go ahead and put it here. So that's an extra one from what I have cut there, and I just want to pop that on there before I go any further, and then we can assemble it all together. I've got my 3 main shapes, and I can go ahead and make some more of these and figure out what kind of configuration I want these in. I'll make a couple more of these and whatnot, but I just want to show you how to go ahead and make the decorative panels for here. So you'll need to cut the piece that has it's a square with a glue tab on it, and then that will be your drawer front, and you'll just nip the little glue tab off there. That will give you the square. But if you're wanting to put this little piece here, it's really, really beautiful. If you want to add that on, this is the way you would put it inside your die. So you'll have this space equal here, here, and on this side. And then don't worry about here, because that's where the fold line is. And if you put that on like this, that will give you that in the exact place you need it. It'll be right in the center there, as you can see, and you'll be able to nip this piece off, and then that can be your drawer front, and you can add other pieces on top of that. When it comes to this pattern, however, you'll cut out this piece first, and then when you've got that cut out, then add this on top of it, and that will give you this lovely shape here, which you can trim this part off and then use this as a drawer front. And you can build some of these up. There are other lovely little pieces in there. I've got a few of them all made here. Little piece for the handle, and I'll show you how to do that, make the little knob in a minute or two. But I want to go ahead and decorate some of these, make some more boxes first, and then decorate them all up. You can use this die then to take the center out of this one, or of any of them actually, but it fits this one perfectly. And that then will give you this little shape, but I've gone ahead and taped this little die into the center, and that has given me this area to put the handle in. So now I'm just going to show you how to make the little handle or knob, probably a little knob we'll call it. And you'll need 2 pieces cut like this. So that's this little die, and for each little knob you'll need to cut that out twice. And then I fold back all these little tabs here, but I don't fold this end one back on any of them yet, just yet anyhow. So that's the ones that are right adjacent to the little hexagon, and then here and here. And now all we need to do is glue both of those together. First of all, now this is a little bit fiddly because you can't, you know how I love to use pegs to hold things together? Well, you can only fit 2 pegs inside this at a time just because of the angle of it. So I just put 2 on and leave it for a minute or two. I carry on with something else, then come back, remove those pegs and go straight in with something else. Go on with something else and come back to that. So you can see I've actually got one here that's sort of half assembled, but once you get these on and make sure they're perfectly lined up, you can go ahead and add glue onto 2 of these just opposite each other there. So all you do is fold that up in like that, like so. Hold that for a second or two, and then that's when I put the little peg on, just so that I can carry on with something else, because I've got a lot of things on at the minute and I don't want to just sit and hold that while the glue dries. That's just almost as boring, if not more, than watching paint dry, isn't it? But there we are. I just leave it like that, and then I come back and do the next ones, and on this one here then I can glue these 2 tabs and carry on, and that way then when all of those are joined together I will have enough little pieces to go on through here. These will fit in through the little pieces that I've just already cut there, so I'll just come back and show you how to do that. You can take this piece then and just push that right through here, and that's why I keep all those little pieces straight until this point, and then you can put glue all around the edges of those, or just on around there, whichever you prefer, and fold those back then, and then that will keep that little knob firmly in place. I just hold it down like that for a minute or two until that attaches. You don't even have to wait until it's fully attached, because I'm then going to add that directly on top of one of my little drawers, so I can have it just like that, and I'll put glue right over the whole thing then, right round here, and on this side of all those little tabs as well. And then I can just bring in one of my pre-decorated drawers and set that right on top like that. Right, there's one that I made earlier on with a little die, this beautiful little die here, and that can go directly on top here. And I've actually also used this die, which I cut into the center of another piece of silver and overlaid it, so this is actually 2 layers as well. But you would always put this through this one and on here, because that way it hides those little glue tabs in at the back there. You could also, if you wanted, use the little piece that came out of the center and add it onto there as well. So just whichever way you prefer, and you can use different combinations of these to layer up the drawer fronts. Right. I've got quite a few of these ready, and I thought I would like to go ahead and just work out how I was going to place them, and then I'm going to glue these side panels. So these are the little pieces that go around the drawers, and I'm going to glue those together, and then I'll work all of that out. So those two are going to go, actually I'll show you the piece I've already glued. So I've got this one here, and I need to cover that. I'll just set that there for a moment, and that'll keep the glare off it. But I wanted 2 down here, and then I'm going to pop 2 in here like that, 2 smaller ones, and this is the smaller drawer then in there in the center, and I need to fix that as well. And then I am going to glue these on here, so it'll make a tallish unit. So all I have done is glued the side panels of all of those, and I'm going to go ahead and glue the rest of these in now. So this one will go here, and I just take the little drawers out while I'm doing that, just so that any excess glue, there shouldn't be any, but you wouldn't know. So I don't want that getting on to the rest of that. So I'm just going to glue those on there by this side and this side. I'll put that one on first just to show you. I think it's a good idea to put plenty of glue, because it really needs well held here. And I put glue in there as well, just along that little fold, that little crease where the 2 of those join, and then along here. I had a look at this in all different ways after I put it together, and I thought this way, but I've gone to go with this way because I do like that. One little tip: when you are putting the fronts on the drawers, I think it's a good idea to actually put the drawer inside the unit first of all, and then if there's any slight discrepancies, maybe just a millimetre or so, you can actually put the drawer front on and carefully line all that up, and that would disguise that a little bit for you. Now that's all glued together, and you can see there I've got my little drawer in the center there, and these drawers are all around here. Oh, now we've got this piece, all of this is showing, and at the back. Now obviously these drawers actually come out through the back and whatever still at the moment, but I'm not actually wanting that. So what I'm going to do is line the back of it, sort of cover it, and then cover around the sides. So I've measured this, and it actually measures, mine measures 17 3/4 across this way by 11 3/4 this way. So I have taken a piece of card which measures 19 3/4 by 13 3/4. So I've added a centimetre on either side, so that's 2 centimetres bigger all around. And I've got my scoring board. I'm actually waiting on a new one coming, so I want to try the new scoreboard out to see what it's like. But anyway, here we go. In the meantime, I'm lining this up, and I'm going to score 1 centimetre the whole way around this. I'm just going to nip out these little corners. Actually, I think what I'll do is take a slight little chamfer off there as well, and I'll do that on all four sides, and then I will come back in and fold all those score lines. That fits properly and directly right on there, so I'm not going to put any glue here. I'm just going to put glue along these edges on the inside and glue that panel on there, and then I'll come back and put panels down the sides to cover that up. Now I've got a piece which is 6 centimeters wide, and it's also 19 3/4 long, and I've scored that at 1 centimeter at each end, and I'm going to glue that on there. There's a little overlap there so that you don't see a rough corner there when I put the next strip on down here and here. So I'm going to add a panel down here and here, and then one across the bottom as well. If you've watched my videos before, you'll know that I don't like to put glue on a surface with sort of pearlized or satin card or whatever. So I have actually put some high-tack tape along both sides of this strip, and I'm going to take the backing off, and then I will add a little bit of glue just to give extra security on it. Now, I'm not actually just trying to put lots of adhesive on this so that it will stick properly with two, because obviously I know can't get this off, but obviously I know that one will counteract the other. That's not the point. The point of the tape in below that is just to give me a little bit of something in between the glue and the surface of the card, so that it doesn't leave a ripple across there, because quite often whenever you put glue straight onto pearlized or mirror card or whatever, you can see a little ripple on it, and I don't want that. So just checking again that I've got this the right way up and the drawers open there. Yes, I can go ahead and pop this directly on here. So that actually took more of the red velvet card than you would get in the kit. It takes more than one sheet, but there is this other classic card in there that you could use instead, so don't forget that, just so that you don't run out. I had extra, so it didn't really matter. Now I'm going to go on to the feet and make the little legs, the little feet for this. So you need to cut out two pieces like this, and then you can see there this is slightly lower than where that score line is. So just put some glue on there, put that right on top and line that up perfectly with the one in below, and then you'll put glue on that one there that's going to go in behind, and just fold that over like that, and that's your little leg or your little foot. And then you can go ahead and glue that on there, and then you'll need to make 3 more. I've got the 4 little feet on there, but if you really wanted, you could put back 2 feet together on here and then put this over the top, and that would cover the little seam in it, and you can do that at the back and the front as well, but I actually quite like that with just the little feet that it has there. So there was a lot of die cutting in this, and I am making one simple plain one next, and it's going to be just one little box with 4 feet on it. But just before I go ahead and do that, I wanted to show you these, because I'll probably not get round to making something fully showing you how you can incorporate this. But anyway, that's what I think about the kits. You get the paper, the card, the dies, and lots of these things that you can use with them, but obviously these can be used, just accept them as a sample of something that you can try out that you may not have bought yourself. And this matches this perfectly. It's really, really beautiful, but you don't have to use it with this kit. And then we've also got these little vintage drops. Now I just want to show you one little thing. You can use this with a spatula through a stencil, and it's absolutely gorgeous. You can lift a little drop of this out onto a little dish or whatever and add some water and then use it as watercolour. Do not ever, however, put the brush back in here if it's got water on it. Just use whatever you've taken out and don't return it to this, because it will contaminate this and then make that go quite mouldy. But it's a beautiful way to use embellishment mousse by using just your brush, in this as a watercolour. But I just want to show you this maroon card here, and you can see how that's quite a flat matte finish on it. And then you can see here I've got one half of that with a beautiful sheen off it, and the other half is the matte. So I'm just going to show you how I've done that, because you can change the texture or the finish of your card by using this. So there's different ways, and I've just put it on a sponge dauber here, and then there you are. And you can have that as thick and as creamy as you like. I'm going over this area here quite a bit just so you can see, and then this is where it has overlapped with the bit that I've already done, just to show you that you can actually have different thicknesses of it, and there you can build that up. Hopefully, yes, I think the camera's picking that up, but you can build that up, and then you can use that card in your die cutting or behind your sentiments or as a mat. Now, if you were using it as a mat, obviously you're not going to waste this all over the whole card, but if you wanted to, you could just cut a strip or whatever, or just do it around the outside and put a plain white layer over the top of it, just to give yourself that extra little bit of sheen. So what I'm going to do here is leave myself a little bit of card for the next time I'm going to use it, and I'm going to have some with a beautiful sheen on it. This is the little one drawer unit then that I made, and I can't just pull this yet because the glue's not dry on it, but doesn't that look really cute? So you can actually make just a one drawer one, or you don't even have to put the feet on it, just use this for storage, or any combination of all of these together. But that's just to show you two different sizes that you can make. And then I have come back to the little card that a little card that I made, and I just want to show you the difference between the two pieces of card here. Is actually, this is the one with the embellishment mousse on the top, and it's exactly the same card as this, except that this has got mousse on it, so you can see the difference there. And I actually just used this little die, cut it out twice, and I cut the glue tab off one, and I've glued them both together and then glued this little piece on top, and that make a lovely little gift card. So that's me finished. I am not making anything more with the set, although there's probably lots more you could do. In fact, definitely you could make a card using lots of these panels, and you could add some sparkle with the shimmer pen and all of the rest of it. But I've got lots more to do. I've got different things have arrived, and I need to move on just a little bit. So I'm going to have to leave some of that to your imagination, and you can experiment as well. But thank you very much for watching in the meantime. I hope you have enjoyed it. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, I would really love you to do that and hit the notification bell, and you'll be able to be kept up to date with everything as it comes along. And if I add any extra videos in on any of these kits or sets or anything like that, then you'll be notified and you'll not miss anything. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and leave me a little comment down below and let me know what you think. I always do my best to get back to reply. Sometimes it takes a day or two, but I love to read those comments and love to keep in touch with you, so thank you so much. My affiliate links for everything that I've used will also be down in the comments, and thank you so much to everybody who uses those as well. I get a little commission from that, but it doesn't cost you anything extra, so I always appreciate those who do that. Oh, well, until next time, happy crafting. Thanks again. Bye bye.